The anchorage at Koh Larn was getting rough fast. Tour boats and jet skis were already rolling in before 8 a.m. But before we could escape to the quieter side of the island, I had an electrical gremlin to diagnose. The batteries were pulling way more power than they should have, the charger wasn't keeping up, and I had no idea where the extra load was coming from.
She cut me loose and caught herself a somewhere wind. I haven't heard a word and haven't seen her since. She disappeared quicker than this double shot of Jim, 'cause everybody at the bar started asking.
All right, well, the first load of tourists have started to arrive here. It's 8:15. You can see the beach already starting to fill up. They've already got all the jet skis and all that delivered, so it's about to get rolly here. It's 8:15. Planning to get out of here about 9:30 because at 9:30, I don't have my closed circuit TV system working yet, but we'll do it anyway. Is that we're going to go live whenever we're sailing a couple times a week on the app. So check out the Sailing Doodles app. There's a feed on there for live streaming. So the Sailing Doodles app is free to download, but it has limited functionality unless you subscribe to it. It's the same subscription. You could do Patreon instead if you prefer, or channel memberships, and then you get the same access. Which is whatever you prefer, if you want to do iOS or Patreon. Technically, I think Patreon's probably a little better for me, but it might be easier for you to do iOS. Honestly, it probably is, so just do that. That's fine if you want to do that, and you get access to the live feeds and behind-the-scenes pictures, early videos, behind-the-scenes videos, stuff like that, as well as access to our I have a cruising guide where I leave reviews and recommendations about everywhere I've been, and so like if you're going to go cruising in the Bahamas and you want to know where I went in the Bahamas and go to some of those same places, it's all on the app there. So cool information, and there's the forum and all that other stuff for you. But we're going to live stream when we get underway for the app, and yeah, and we're going to move around to the other side of the island. We are having one issue with the boat that I've got to monitor. So the battery, let me show you the battery here. The battery is charging at 1700 watts, but you can see it went down to 57% overnight. That shouldn't happen because I had the DC to DC charger on all night, which takes battery power from the drive bank and gives it to the house bank, and I was still discharging the batteries overnight. So either there was some kind of load, because like I added it all up. So I added up the 240, the 120, and the 12 volt, and I was only using about 1600 watts of power. Yet I was still drawing down on the batteries about 1000 watts with 800 watts with the DC to DC on. So something's not right either with the DC to DC charger, or there's a big load that's not being shown somewhere. That sounds dirty. Yeah, so. But right now we're charging with the DC to DC on and the solar. Let's see what solar's doing. And you can see the solar here. We're making 800, 800, 900. So, you know, we're at 8 of 17. We're making 2400, 2500 watts with the solar. And we got 1600 of that being put into the batteries. And of course, there's whatever the load's being used as well. So I think the batteries should charge up, and we're only doing, you know, it's 8 in the morning, right? So I think the batteries will be healthy enough to get back over like 85% so that we can keep staying out. Because it's Saturday, not going to get any work done on the boat anyway. We might as well enjoy it and go cruising. As long as the batteries get up, you know, by 4 o'clock or so, if they're up around 80% or whatever, we're just going to stay out. Otherwise, we're going to have to go back anyway, probably on Monday, and get this looked at because it's really unacceptable. I got to figure out where the power is going, or why the DC to DC is not working properly. Pulling up the anchor chain this morning. So when I put the anchor down, I'm able to use the controller up there, and I have a chain counter, and I can see how much chain's being put out. But when I raise it, unfortunately, there's a design flaw that they're working on. I was really who informed them. I mean, you know, I'm kind of the guinea pig is on the boat, right? And the anchor chain locker is shaped improperly, because the chain castles here. It doesn't fall down into the rest of the anchor lock. So and this is not ideal, you really don't want to do this, because the most dangerous thing on this boat, in my opinion, is this windlass right here. So when you're pulling in the chain, I have to flip it. So this is a really beautiful bay here on the north side of Koh Larn, but it's also the main like tourist area. So these tour boats, I mean, sometimes there'll be a dozen jet skis just zipping around here everywhere, and all the tour boats coming in and out. It's kind of a pain. At night, it's nice and beautiful and nice and calm, but during the daytime, that's why we're getting out of here so early. We're gonna move to the other side of the island. I've never been over there. Hopefully it's nice and, I don't know, we'll see what it is over there. Should be less boats going in and out. Definitely jet skis and all that.
She ain't my girl.
There wasn't much wind, so it was about an hour around to the other side on the motors.
But I'm betting she's probably in
All right, so here kind of on the southeast side of Koh Larn, there's a lot of boats like moored here, but the main like ferry terminal's up that way, and then all the boats kind of head around the other way. So I think this is kind of the quieter side here where we can anchor. Plus we're in 6.5 meters, so 20 feet of water. Should be all right here.
She's probably in Texas, Amarillo, all I know, George Strait said it. Yeah, that's where
We found a nice place to anchor and a much calmer bay.
me out here in Tennessee. Then I don't know where she's headed. If I'm guessing, I reckon she's probably in Texas.
A short dinghy ride away was the town dock.
Probably in Texas.
It was nice because they had a floating dock, which was going to make getting ashore easy.
I'll be down in Georgia at her mama's for the week. Could be Carolina.
I was surprised just how much was packed in this little town.
Me. She's somewhere in the Lone Star State with all the rest. Yeah, that one king song knows best. She's probably in Texas, Amarillo, all I know, George Strait said it. Yeah, that's where all them exes go. If she ain't with me out here in Tennessee, then I don't know where she's headed. If I'm guessing, I reckon she's probably in Texas. She's probably in Texas. How's your girl? She ain't my girl.
Hey, y'all want to go ashore or what? Let's go. All right, I've never explored this side of the island, so we're gonna go find some lunch and walk around town and see what all there is to do. And then this afternoon, I want to get on the E4.
We loaded up in our Highfield Sport 360 dinghy to head to shore. I had been trying to decide if I wanted to put a planing fin on the motor, but with two people sitting in the back, I think it needs one to help it to get on plane a little faster.
If I had it all, still be laughing when it falls. Yeah, you already know. So high, feeling fine. Baby, close your eyes, see the world's alright.
There can be 9-foot tides in the Gulf of Thailand, so the floating dock really makes it easier to get ashore.
You already know. It's the summer of love. You already know. No, I never said it.
All right, so they got a nice floating dock. I hope we're allowed to use it. I'm assuming we probably are. Leave the dinghy tied up there, and we're gonna go ashore and figure something out.
When it falls, you already know. Turn on to and drop out. Just another
The ferry dock area was absolutely packed with people coming and going.
Don't know what a caged bird sings, but maybe we can find out how.
We headed down one of the narrow, winding streets to find lunch.
Close your eyes, see the world's alright. All I want to find is a little place for my
It was low tide. You can see how you could easily strand your dinghy if you park it and the tide goes out.
It's the summer of love. You already know. No one ever said it would be easy.
So it's kind of a cool spot. Lots of like small bars and restaurants and hotels and everything. They all look pretty nice right on the water. Crazy around that pier though. That traffic was pretty bad.
Yeah, many tourist boats.
Yeah, but I think it's mostly like there's a lot of Thai tourists. You know what I mean? Like a lot
I think
of local
also
tourists.
Chinese. I've heard
Yeah.
Chinese.
Yeah. So far, I really like this side of the island better. A lot more options and less street dogs too. There's so many street dogs on the other side. It was getting pretty bad at night. They all came out and was surrounding us. We're gonna head back to the boat right now. I'm gonna do some e-foiling and we're gonna get the paddle boards out later, and then we will come back ashore at some point and do some exploring. about to go try out the e-foil for the very first time. Hopefully I put it together correctly and there's no water issues. But I have e-foil before. It's a lot of fun. This is my first time on this board. So we're going to give it a shot. I'll take the 360 camera with me.
When I'm out walking, I strut my stuff.
E-foiling's like riding a bike. I picked it back up pretty easy.
It's a kite, I just might stop to check you out. Let me go wild.
Although it did take me a while to really balance the board and get it to maintain on foil.
Big hands, I know you're the one.
The boys were very interested in what was going on.
I don't even know why. My girlfriend, she's at the end. She is starting to cry. Let me go on, like I blister in the sun. Let me go on. Big hands, I know you're the
How was it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't die. I gotta get used to it. I mean, whatever. I gotta toughen up my knees though. I'm like scraping up my knees on the board.
Oh. So you were on the knees, not standing? Or...
Well, no, it's just when you're trying to stand up, you're dragging your knees on the board.
Right.
It was a nice afternoon relaxing on anchor at Koh Larn. Olivia took the chance to get in some paddleboarding. That evening, just about sunset, we headed in for dinner. We tied up at the town dock and even brought our trash with us to throw away in the trash cans. It wasn't quite as crowded. Most of the day trip boats had already gone home for the day. Olivia picked out a restaurant right on the water that had fantastic food. Thank you so much for watching. I'd really appreciate it if you click that subscribe button. Over half our viewers aren't actually subscribed to this channel. If you'd really like to support the channel, please consider becoming a patron, where you get access to our crew app, or just download the app in the iOS store.